Off the play fake, Prescott. Touchdown! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, but that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Now a running play here with Lamb. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Throwing, Prescott. Touchdown, Cowboys! Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Cowboys have opened up a 3-score lead as they pull away here in the fourth. The partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. They're going to try and run. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Down the sideline he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, 48 yards. And the Giants are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point try good by Gano. And that cuts this lead down to 13. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Now Jones. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Looking to throw. Jones. A short one here secured by the tight end Waller. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Back to throw. Jones. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
Well, the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Giants have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Gano the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing here, Prescott. That is intercepted. Shedding through the defense. And the Giants are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Now Jones. That one into the hands of Shepard downfield.
Big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
Here's 1st and goal. Jones will sneak it. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Jones keeps it himself. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's a sneak with Jones. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage.
When you're trying to create space that close to the goal line and you run quarterback sneak, sometimes you don't get much momentum built up. That one was totally stopped.
Yeah, no momentum whatsoever and no yardage whatsoever. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Here we go. The noise deafening. 4th and goal. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. Incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. An incompletion there on 4th and goal from the 3. And it would appear the Cowboys are going to win this football game. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And what is going on here? I've got 3rd down. Screen shows 3rd down, but they've got the punt team. And what in the world? Now they're going to fake it. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. It's Deontay Banks with it. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Well, we have seen in NFL history some punters that could also...